a worry across all cultural institutions that if you put too many photographs out in the world, then people won't want to come to see the real thing. The virtual would trump the physical. And I don't think that's the case. I think it's the exact opposite. The more people see something, the more they want to go see it in person. People are in a digital world, but they really love physical experiences.
The authorities in India asserted that Maggi noodles, which are wildly popular in India, contained too much lead. Nestlé responded, no they don't, they're fine. But they did eventually agree to voluntarily withdraw the Maggi noodles from sale just before a court ordered them to do so.
The argument that the UK is bad at innovation is an exaggeration, or possibly even a myth. The problem here is that we focus on innovation. We tend to focus on a very narrow notion of what innovation is. We focus on research and development, patents, licenses, spin-outs. They are just part of the innovation process. Innovation is far more complex than just looking at those narrow range of aspects.
The story of the week really boils down to this chart, the remarkable course of the renminbi during the week. We discovered on Tuesday that it had had its greatest devaluation against the dollar in more than 2 decades. That led to great fear across the world that there was a huge devaluation coming. Subsequently, we had a series of interventions to prop the currency back up. Very clear words from the People's Bank of China, which we have to trust for now, that they're not interested in a major devaluation.
Tengo los videos, tengo las pruebas, tengo los testimonios y se lo puedo demostrar que usted lo engañaron y usted mintió públicamente, presidente Santos.
Many have criticized Venezuela, particularly after security forces painted AD for demolition on the doors of houses where Colombian immigrants lived illegally and an R for reviewed on those housing legal residents.
No puedo permitir que Venezuela trate a los colombianos y trate al gobierno colombiano en esa forma.
The instances of exploitation are increasing as more migrants come to the UK.
Well, the problem we have is the Gangmasters Licensing Authority has had its finance cut, which means there are less people on the ground, so there's less people to go out and check up on the gangmasters. The gangmasters make profit from encouraging far too many people to come to work in Boston. By having too many people here, they're able to drive down wages, and at the same time they're profiteering from the rents these people are paying. So it's making life difficult both for new workers coming from Europe and for local people, because wages are low and rents are too high.
It seems incredible now, but until it closed in 1983, Battersea Power Station generated a huge amount of London's electricity. It did it by burning millions of tonnes of coal right here on the river, just a walk away from Buckingham Palace and the Houses of Parliament at Westminster. It was a similar story in cities around the world. But by the late 1980s, scientists were starting to warn that this had to stop because burning coal and other fossil fuels released greenhouse gas, carbon dioxide, into the atmosphere, trapping heat and causing global warming.